la tai o si o moni o te pese ai mare ori ori Vaifale Tai e o no vai o i maori
Dad would wake up around about 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. And since I was a little kid, he would pick me up, make sure I'm in a warm blanket, take me into the truck in the middle of the night, and then tuck me in the back of the truck where I had a bed. He let me rest there. Like most of you guys knew that the old man will work hours of the morning till late at night every day to provide for us kids, not only for us kids, but for his family, his siblings and his extended family. I remember waking up once the sun rises and Dad would be praying straight away. It's like deja vu every time I'm in that truck. He'd be praying for strength and protection upon his family all the time. It was like the same prayer every morning. The story about Dad, there was one time back growing up, the AOG, Samoan AOG used to have combines. And within those combines, you know, all the churches get together. And I think it was like twice a month or once a month. But there was one particular one. One of the preachers, it was very quiet. The preacher was did up and did his did the word, and there was one time where the preacher says, "Bless the Lord," and then it was really quiet. And then my dad stands up and goes, "Oh my soul," and that was a fun moment. So my dad's he was the life of the party, basically, but he was an awesome guy.
One of my favorite memories of my dad growing up was when he used to pick us up from school. At the time, John and I were attending South Granville Christian Community School. Like many Samoan families, Dad was always at work and Mum was at home. So if my dad ever picked us up from school, it was really exciting. So he would come around, and at that school, the primary school and kindergarten were two different places. So my dad would pick me up and he would put me on his shoulders and would walk and pick up John from his school. So I think that was one of my favorite memories because it didn't happen often. So when it did happen, it was like a kid in a candy store. It was like an amazing thing. And, it's something about being on your dad's shoulders and you just feel like you're on top of the world. So I think that was one of my favorite things.
Dad used to pick us up on the weekends, just come see us, and we're only small fellas, and he'd always hoist us up on his shoulders and buy us some ice cream. You feel on top of the world. That was a good time.
My favorite story with my dad would be the day that I finished or graduated from high school. On that day, in the morning, I had my graduation ceremony, and in the evening, I had my Year 12 formal. When I was taking photos with Mum and Dad, I saw that they were very well dressed, and without really thinking about it, I turned to my dad and I said, "You should wear that for the rest of the day because I want to take photos with you for my formal." But I didn't think about it, and I was so busy for the rest of the day. I just went through everything, and I just forgot that I had even asked him that. When I looked back at the photos, I realized he had stayed dressed for the rest of the day. But I knew that if I hadn't asked, he would have gone to work, or he would have gotten changed, he would have showered and put on something a lot more comfortable. But he didn't, just because I asked. And I didn't even realize, I just forgot that I asked. And what I took from that is that Dad loves as hard as he can, as best as he can, and he does it without expecting anything in return, and he does it without reminding that person the things that he does. Like, he just gives his very best in everything. Yeah. would say that I'm sorry. He's such a good dad that it makes me feel like I'm a bad daughter. Like I didn't do everything that I could have and should have. Just because he's such a good dad. Yeah.
The biggest thief is time. Time is taken away, stolen from me. And I wish I had that car. I wish I got that back. Just time to spend with him. Listen to him. Learn. Learn from him. I hate it because, he just thief his time. And I wish I just got that back with the old man. So I think things would have been a lot different.
I would say that I love him and I miss him very much. And
I'll say I love him because sometimes you don't get to say that much to your father. So say I love him and thank you for teaching us what Kausi Ainga is all about, making sure you put family first. And that's what he did. He made sure that there was food on the table for my younger siblings, and it was really good to see him work hard. And because of that, because of his actions, us kids, we work our asses off because of him. And thank you, Dad, and I love you.
Thank you. Thank you for your love, unconditional love within myself and my kids, you know. I know they're gonna miss you. My son always asks for him, and I know that I will try my best to continue on your legacy. I love you, Dad. Thank you for being there for me, and thank you for the love that you've shown me. And thank you.
Love you, Dad.
Even if I had a minute with him, I'd ask him if he needed anything. And if he didn't, I'd tell him that I love him. I would give him a very big hug. And I would tell him how much I missed him. I'd tell my kids about my father would be, he is the greatest man I ever knew, or I've ever known. The hardest worker, and he is my superhero. And to send that off is, I love you so much, Dad. I'm sure heaven is beautiful. Thank you, Dad.
God bless you all. Goodbye. And goodbye. Thank you. Okay, God bless you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. I love you.